Good morning, Facebook. Thank you so much for joining. Just give us 2 minutes for this video to become visible. Um, just looking for this video. Good morning. Let me know where you're joining from. Let's see. Okay. Where is the video? Okay. Just give me a moment. Okay, Facebook, I need the video. What's going on? Okay. All right. Okay. We're just going to get things going. I cannot find the video yet, but I'm looking for it. I don't know if you can see it. Good morning. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. If you can see the video, just say a quick hello, because I cannot find the video. This is interesting this morning. Okay. This is good. And people are coming on. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. But I'm trying to share the video on Monique's page, and I cannot find the link, but it's going to show up.
It's on your page, though.
Is it on my page right now?
Yeah, I'm looking at your page. It's live. I can see you, and I can see me.
Oh, great. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So I see it now. Thank you. I don't know what happened for some reason. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Let us know where you're joining us from. Welcome. It's the Civilized Presence. I am not so sure what happened this morning, but I want to believe that the videos were so happy to see Monique. So they got excited. I couldn't find them. Okay, good. Welcome, Helene from Canada. It's good to have you in the house. Welcome. Yes, we're excited. We're ready to get started. So this is the Civilized Presence, and you are in the right place at the right time. We're here every Mondays and Fridays at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, but sometimes we have special sessions just like this one, where we'll have to show up at a different time. So welcome. I'm so excited that you made that time to be here. Welcome, Helen, my friend. It's good to have you. This is session number 115, 115. Yes, we started this last year, April, and we've been paddling along every Mondays and Fridays. If it's your first time that you're just joining us, the Civilized Presence is an online TV session where lives are changed, where people discover their self, their purpose, their voice, and learn social skills to thrive in the real world. So if you want to become a change maker, you are in the right place. My name is Louisa Akaiso, and I am going to be your host for today. I really feel so honored that you responded to the call, to the post, to the flyer. How did you get here? Are you on Instagram? Are you on YouTube? Are you here on replay? Whatever. You saw it on your friend's page. Welcome. So do me a favor. Can you please just share this video on your page? Invite more people to be part of what we're doing. We're excited. We have a special guest in our midst, and so you do not want to miss anything. Now, you might be asking, what does she do? I am a master civility trainer and a leadership coach and expert with the John Maxwell team. I work confidently with leaders and professionals that place great importance in themselves and their reputation. And that's going to be you this morning because you made our time to be here. Woo-hoo! Are you not excited? Come on. It is a Monday morning in Virginia. It's so hot and warm, so I am excited. Yeah, I don't know about you. And of course, we have all the bright colors on the screen. Look at Monique. She is so vibrant and beautiful.
I gotta match you, guy. I gotta match you. I gotta match you.
It's so good to have you here, Monique. Thank you so much. Now, the goal of this Facebook series really is to help restore civility in our society. And I've been doing this from last year. Like I said, I haven't been working alone. I've been working with different experts from all over the world, really sharing the concepts of civility, why it is so important yet easy to be civil. So I always begin with little things like saying it's please and thank you. I'll even share a compliment, just like I'm going to do right now, to Monique. That Monique, you look beautiful this morning.
Thank you.
In here, thank you. So let me share a definition of civility for you. I've chosen one from Dr. P.F. Funny, and that states that being civil means being constantly aware of others and weaving restraint, respect, and consideration into that very fabric of awareness. So, civility is focused on positive people's treatment. Civility is gracious goodness. It's just being responsible for your actions. Apologize honestly if you have to, and of course, refrain from idle complaints. So,
Mm.
civility is focused on positive people's treatment. It is treating others the way you want to be treated. So, if you want to think about the golden rule, might be an easier way for you. And welcome, Wells. Welcome, Esther. It's great to have you. Welcome, Blessing. Welcome, Joy. Welcome, Louis. It's great to have you in the house. Thank you so much. Welcome, Wenger. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much. Coming in, let us know where you're joining from. And of course, invite more people to be part of what we're doing. So put it on your page. Put it on your page. It should be showing on So Unique Expert page, but I don't know what's going on today. But we're fine. We're just moving on. So thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making out time. Now, some of you might have seen the post or the flyer before now, and so you do know the topic. But if you haven't, it's about building that juicy brand of yours. What is required? And of course, I have the right expert in the house this morning. She's going to share her awesomeness, something that she loves to do and she does best. So if you have met Monique before, I don't know, but if you haven't, you're going to have to check her out after you listen to her speak. So let me tell you who she is. Her name is Monique Brand, and Monique is a business strategist, a brand coach, and a passion advocate. Monique Bryan is based in Toronto, Canada, for some of you who do not know, and runs her own branding consultancy. Monique has a BA in fashion design from Ryerson University and spent time studying abroad in London at the University of Westminster. Welcome, Arlene. It's good to have you. She brings over 15 years of top level industry experience in the areas of brand development, creative direction, and business management. Most importantly, she has a passion and a no nonsense approach to getting your message out to the world because the world needs you. Monique is a highly requested speaker and panelist. She draws widespread admiration for her passion, hustle, and unshakable commitment to helping successful women entrepreneurs package and sell their genius and unlock the lucrative world of personal brand building. Yes. Okay. So, Monique, it is so good to have you. Can you and just say hi to the audience?
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. We've been trying to make this happen, so I appreciate you doing it on my schedule because I know you have a regular scheduled time. So I really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's so good to have you. And of course, we're all, and another Wayne is in the house again from Nigeria. It's good to have you here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again. Guys, you have to bring your message and your questions on right on time. And the topic of today is building that juicy brand of yours. So, are you struggling with building your brand? And Monique, people in the watch party are saying hello to you. You might not see it,
I can't
but
see
they're
it.
excited. They're excited to see you. So, guys, give us some thumbs up, give us some hearts, and let us know where you're joining us from this morning. We're really excited and we're ready to go. We just have to get things going this morning. And how this works really is to get started with the questions and we begin the conversation. Sometimes a question might come from the audience, sometimes it might come later on, but we'll just get things going. So, welcome, Janet. It's good to have you. Welcome, Margaret. It's good to have you. Louise, it's good to have you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Now, some of you are joining from my other page. I might not see you because I'm right here broadcasting on Louisa Akaiso. So, if I cannot see you and I haven't given you a shout out, please come on in. Come on in. Just say hello so that I can shout you out as a VIP that you are. Because, guys, without you, the show would not go on. So I want to say thank you to all of my viewers again and again and again. Thank you for trusting in me and just standing by me to do what we have to do. Okay, so my first question for you today, Monique, would be what does civility mean to you? What is civility? It's etiquette. Some people call it manners. What does it mean to you? Over to you.
Definitely the responsibility for your actions is key and the respect of others. So there's not a lot of people I meet who do what you do. So this is very fascinating to me and necessary, right? It's like we don't talk about how our behavior impacts the other people around us. So there's a
Absolutely.
responsibility for ourselves and what we do, but then it's like being aware of how our actions are impacting every single human being we
Yes.
interact with, from the Starbucks barista in the morning to the person you cut off on your way to work, to being at work with the people you work with every single day. You know, like if we paid more attention to these things,
Yes.
I mean, we can just imagine how our planet would be, right?
That is so true.
We'd just be in a different space.
That is so true.
100%.
And welcome all of you who are just joining us. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. It's so good to have you in the house. Do me a favor. Can you start up a watch party on your page and invite more people to be part of this? Billy, I can see your message. I don't know why you're not seeing the video, but it's right on my page. I see people are sending me messages. I cannot go off the screen, guys. We're getting things going. So come on into my personal page. That's where the video is. I'm seeing messages in my inbox and they're asking for the video. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to just rock and roll this morning because I have Monique in the house and we have to be on time. So my next question for you, Monique, would be, what is personal branding and why is this so important to entrepreneurs or professional or anyone who is trying to get out there? What's personal branding? Over to you, Monique.
Well, really, personal branding is just a new, fancier way to say it's your reputation, right? It's just nowadays, everyone, like, it's a very competitive landscape, no matter what it is that you're doing. There's always somebody who does what you do, but no one can be who you are. Your reputation is that thing that people talk about when you're not in the room. And that's the thing we want to control, right? Because no matter what, someone's going to be talking about you. They're going to be talking about you because that's how people stay, but it's what they're saying about you that matters. So if you build a strong personal brand, your curated version, I always say, like, you don't have to put your whole life out on the street, right? Like, people sometimes think personal branding means I need to tell you my whole life story. I got to tell you about my kids and my husband and what happened to my mom yesterday. That is not what it is. It's your version. It's as much as you want to put out there. So it's not fake. It's not a mask. It's a curated version of what you want people to be saying about you when you're not there. And the power of your personal brand can transcend any business that you're building, any job that you have. So even though I'm an entrepreneur, there are people who are in their 9 to 5 or like, well, I don't need a personal brand. I have a job. No one's looking at me. You may not always be at that job. That job is not always secure, right? It's like who you are outside of your job does impact your job. And if you were to leave that job and go somewhere else, the first thing recruiters do now is look you up. You're going to meet way more people online are going to meet you than they're ever going to see you in person. They look up your LinkedIn, they looked up your Instagram, they look up your Facebook, and you want to Google yourself. If we're going to leave them with one tip number 1, you want to know about you? Google yourself. What is coming up? And what coming up, is it, I'm not even saying this right, but basically, if you don't like what's coming up, it's up to you to now change it. And you can do that. It's doable. But you got to Google yourself and see what's coming up. You may not like it. It may be like 3 years old, 5 years old, what's coming up. Old photos. And the internet's forever, guys. So the only way to get rid of, I shouldn't even say get rid of, I should say bury the old news, is to feed it with new news. And it's up to you to do that. So that means updating your profiles. Every time you update a profile, Google picks it up. They're like, things are happening. Every time you post a new photo of yourself, Google updates. Every time you update your website, Google is updating. So you want to bury the old stuff with new stuff. And that means putting out your accomplishments, things you're doing, things you like out there on the internet.
Wow. This is great. And welcome, Dwayne. It's great to have you. Ambassador Juma, it's great to have you in the house. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Thank you, Niley. Thank you so much, Eileen. Thank you for joining us. That's the second Eileen here. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so this is going to take me to my next question for you. Now, most people, of course, wait for the right time. Just step in and do what they're supposed to be doing. This right time. It's like, I don't want to start my business today. I think maybe next year I'm going to look at it. Maybe not today. I'm going to do a 9 to 5 for like 2 years and just make some money and put it down before I get started. Now, I want you to be able to share your story with us
Mm.
because I think that's a good place for us to begin from so people connect and know why you are the best person who is sharing this message with us. Can you share a bit of your story with us, please?
Sure, absolutely. So I started this. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've had a few businesses before this, but this business started when I was undergoing treatment for breast cancer. So I was diagnosed 2 years ago. I am 2 years cancer free now. And
Woo!
woo! And really, and it's so interesting because I'll be talking about this on my live at 11 on Instagram, just around how things, unfortunately, dramatic things need to happen in our life for us to move into our purpose.
Wow.
And my goal is to have people not wait for those dramatic things to happen to move them
Yes.
into their purpose, because our next healthy day is not promised. And
Mm,
that was what I got from when I was diagnosed, because I was living that healthy life, no meat, no dairy, no gluten. I was happy. I was newly married. I have no history of it in my family. And I still got cancer at 35.
mm,
And everyone thought this was impossible. They were like, what are you talking about? You're like the healthiest person I know. And I was very angry at the time, but I was never defeated. And I was like, okay, just so many light bulbs went off for me. And I always say cancer was the worst and the best thing that could have happened to me, because when
mhm,
you get that kind of fire under you, there is no
mm,
like, okay, maybe I'll do this later, because
mm,
you realize you have the gift
mm.
of knowing there may not be a later.
That's true.
So I literally was like, okay, listen, Monique, wake up. Whatever you wanted to be doing. And I always wanted to be coaching. I have coaches training. I've wanted to do it. And there was a fear. There was like this resistance around wanting, like, coaching people in their lives and being like, oh, I don't want to be on my high horse coaching people because people know their lives. And what I realized was the best athletes in the world have coaches. They're
That's
not
true.
there to tell you what to do with your life. They're there to
To
point out
guide
the
you.
things it guide you and
Yes.
show you things you may not be seeing, what's in your blind spot, right?
Mm,
So while I was recuperating, it's a very lonely space when you're sick, right? It's like no one can really get it unless they've been in it. And I spent a lot of
yes.
time on social media because I can't leave the house. I was like, where
Mm,
are my friends would visit when they could, fine. But I spent a lot of time on social media and I built an entire community on social. And I
mm,
realized the power of community, of story, of connection,
mm.
all here in the palm of my here in my phone, right here. I don't need to leave my house. And I was like, there's so many people dealing with what I was dealing with, but we're just not in proximity to each other, or we're too afraid to come out and talk about it. So I was like, okay, there's something here. And that's when I started using social media as like the number one marketing tool in my business, because
Mm.
this is where connection is happening. But I also realized there are so many people with these amazing stories to share, but nobody's going to ever hear them because they don't have any kind of brand around what they're doing. They don't know how to articulate what it is they're doing. They don't know how to reach the person and say the words that has that person say, "Oh, you're for me. Oh, I want to
Mm,
work with you." And I learned all of that while I was laid up for 9 months, just me and my phone.
mm.
And I was like, wow, these powerful women with these stories that would just like pull your heartstrings. I'm like, everyone needs to hear this, because when
Yes,
we hear the story that's like our story, we don't feel so alone,
that's true.
right? And then we have the power to move forward. And
That
that
is so
is the
true.
goal. So when people say, okay, Monique, you do personal branding, a lot of people do personal branding. But mine is really it's from a place of, you want to make an impact. Those are the people I want to work with. You may not know how to tell your story. Good. I'm going to show you how to tell your story. Because if you don't, no one will hear it. And then the
Mm.
gift you were given stays in you. It dies with you. Now what? Now
Wow,
nobody gets it. Nobody gets it.
wow, wow.
Right. And we all have that. We all have our gift that was meant to be put out there.
Yes,
But we don't all have the words, the will, the know-how, or the support to make it happen. And I work with people who are like, listen, I'm ready to make it happen. I don't know the how, but I got the why. I
Mm.
got the juice. I got the purpose. I got the thing. I got the push. So that's
Wow.
a little bit. That's a little bit
That's
about me.
that is so inspiring. I've connected with you before now, and of course I've heard your story, and I just think everybody needs to hear that because there's not a right time. We
There's no
never
right
know
time.
what's going to happen.
Nope.
Seriously, there is no right time, and we have to. And I shared with you when I listened to your interview with Laurie Hader, and something that I took away from that is I will never waste a healthy day. And I love that comment because that comment propels you forward. That comment energizes you.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to go back underneath your Dover and just cover up on a Monday morning, you're just like,
You're like,
it's
I'm
time to
done.
get up.
I'll wake up tomorrow. It's like, what if you don't have tomorrow?
That's true.
What if you don't have to? And what? It's not
That's
even
true.
that you don't have tomorrow. What if tomorrow you can't do it?
That's
Like you
true.
physically couldn't do the thing that your
Mm,
heart was calling you to do. That's even
yeah,
worse because now you're
it is.
witnessing yourself
Yeah,
not doing it and wanting it.
that is true.
Like,
Wow.
geez, like that's worse. Because if you're not here,
That
you're
is
not
true.
here. Nobody,
Yeah. Yep.
well, I'm
There's
not here.
nothing you can do.
But
That's it.
you here. And you're not doing it, watching yourself not doing it.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
nah,
Yes. No,
not on my
I
watch.
but there you go.
Mm.
Yeah, and we have Jibordi right from Ghana. She's a personal brand expert. It's so good to have
Anna's
you
in the
in the
house.
house. Yes, another one is in the house. Thank you so much for being here. And Arlene says, sometimes creativity comes out of adversity. Thank you for your bravery, Monique. So that's for you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yes.
I love that. When
Sometimes
I
our
listen
mess
to you,
can be our
yeah.
message, right?
Yes, yes. When I listen to you and I'm just like, yes, I can. We have to get up to do it. And can you imagine how many people have been saved from your message? If you refused to say yes to the call to pick up just pick up your assignment, your purpose, and move, can you imagine how many people would have been stuck? So think about it. Think
It's sad.
about it.
It's sad. It's
Yeah,
sad.
yeah. Okay, so this takes us to our next question. And guys, bring on your questions. If you have any question about your brand and how to build your brand, coming in and just ask us this question because the expert is in the house. You don't want to bring it when she's gone. Okay, so bring the question now.
Oh,
Okay,
mhm.
so my next question for you, Monique, is really about building your brand story.
Mhm.
And of course, you refer to it as your juicy brand
Yes.
or
It's
your
gotta be juicy.
awesomeness.
Gotta be
Yes,
juicy or don't do it. I'm
or
out.
awesomeness. So my question would be, what do we have to have in our story? A lot of times people don't want to share their story.
Yeah.
Majority of people either don't want to share their story or think their story is not good enough or just feel nobody wants to know about me. I should show up to a different person, with my brand. So how can we build that juicy brand? What do we have to do? Over to you, Monique.
Okay. Don't mind me. I am like, I'm like, it is hot on my side. Like, I have these lights going. I was like, I could pretend like I'm not fanning myself, but guys, listen.
Be yourself. That's fine. That's why I
This is
love
what's
you.
happening over here. This is what's happening over here. Okay, so this is perfect because I'm actually launching this week a free 5-part video series on how to build your brand DNA.
Wow.
So anybody who wants that, you can send me your email or send it
Yes.
to you or post it
Yes.
somewhere. If
Yes.
you follow me on Instagram, it's Monique, Monique, Bryan, BRYAN _co. And if you
I'm
DM
just
me,
gonna attach it to the video.
yeah, if you
Yeah.
email me, I will add you to the, it's coming out tomorrow. So
Great.
there are 4 parts to your brand DNA, right? So first is your why. And through these videos, I take you through exactly how to identify it, right? Because if you're afraid to share your story, actually, I'm going to back up. Before I even go to your brand DNA, these are because your brand DNA is for people who are like, I'm ready to go. I may
Right.
not know the how, but I'm ready to go. So I can give you the tools for that. But I'm going to even back up one more and be like the fear base. Because there's people who are like, I have a story. I don't know if anybody wants to hear it, but I'm afraid of the judgment. Because that's really
Right.
what a lot of the times we don't put our story up because we're afraid of what people are going to say.
Yes.
So we need to back up and you want to write out for yourself. You got to speak your fears out loud, or they'll take over.
Mm.
If it's not written down or out loud, it'll take over. Our mind, this up here, this is a dangerous neighborhood because your neighbors are all haters, and it's just you. It's you talking about you to yourself about yourself. So you can't get any outside perspective. So you got to speak them out loud. So you've got to write down, what is the worst case scenario if I do the thing? If I put it out, if I start the business, if I share my story, what's the worst thing that can happen? And then you want to look at it and ask yourself, can I live with it? Can I live with the worst case? And 9 times out of 10, you can.
Wow.
Because we can. We're resilient human beings. We can take it.
Yes.
We can take anything on.
Yes.
Right? So you want to look at, like, can I live with the worst case? Then you want to write out, if I don't do it, will I regret it?
Wow.
Well, and am I willing to live with that regret? Regret will kill you. So if you've got something in you and you're like, I'm not sure, I'm scared, and da-da-da-da-da, fine. Can you live with the regret of not going after your thing, going after your dream, going at whatever it is? And once you're there, now you can build your brand DNA. And we break down why you exist, who do you help, like what impact you want to be making, because the building of the brand is outside. Like, this is not an ego thing. This is impact. And in order to have impact, you got to have influence. You got to build your influence to have the impact. And it doesn't matter if that's 1,000 people or 10,000 people. Your people are your people, but you've got to have some kind of influence to have other people take an action. Because if they're not going to take an action, they're just watching TV.
That's true. That's true.
This isn't a TV. They have enough TV. It's not a television show. This is like, go take action in your life show. If you don't take an action, I've failed.
That's true. That's true.
Then I don't feel like I've done my job. Right? So you've got to know why you exist. And you want to go back and be like, why am I building the thing? So your vision. Why am I really building the thing? Because our vision is what gets us over the finish line. It's because we're going to run, as we build, we're going to run into roadblocks. Things aren't going to work. People aren't going to like our stuff. There's going to be criticism. Like, your family's going to be like, what the heck are you doing? What? I don't make no money. Go to work. Go to work. Especially, if you were from the West Indies, or you were from,
same thing with African descent. Go to work. Go to your 9 to 5.
Use your degrees for something. I don't know what you're doing. Use your degrees. Okay. I'm Jamaican, but I grew up in a Ghanaian household. Okay. And we don't play around. I don't know what go to work is the name of the game.
It's the same thing.
Right?
Same thing.
Exactly. So go to work. But you're going to have all that outside negativity, and your vision is what's going to push you. Why do you want it? Right. And that may be as deep as, you may want to make an impact for the world, but you may just want to make an impact for your family, for your kids, for your legacy. Yeah. Like, it may just be enough. It doesn't matter what pushes you. No, you don't need permission for the push, for your vision. I don't care if it's you want a big house because you never had one. Right? I don't care if it's, I want to be able to go to a store and buy whatever I want because I was never allowed. Whatever that is for you, your vision pushes you. And then we go on to build your brand personality, because other people may have your vision. They do what you do, but you over here with you. Oh, there's only one you.
No, that's true.
Only one you. Right?
Bring it on.
Bring it on. Because that's what people want. They don't want another cookie cutter of somebody else. They want you. They want you the way you are, the way you say things, the way you do things.
That's true.
Right? And the best way to find out your personality is to go on video and watch yourself. And in the beginning, it'll be uncomfortable. When I was doing my lives, like, I'm like you, 2 years in. The beginning, if people want to go to my YouTube, some of them I took down because they're scary. Everything's wrong. Everything's wrong about it.
Yep, we learn as we go. It's the same thing with me.
Back. My hairline was like over here. I didn't have a right barber. Clothes were wrong. The phone was being held. You could see it was like a double chip. Like, I didn't know how to hold the phone. Nothing was right. And still to this day, I have people who watched me then, who watch me now. And they're fine because they want to be on this journey with me.
Yes, absolutely.
They want to be there with you. They want to be like, oh, you got it all together.
Absolutely.
No, I don't have it always all together. I just know more than you know in this area. I'm just
That's
some steps
true.
a few years ahead.
Mm,
And I would say for anybody having a fear conversation around, I'm not sure if I'm an expert. I don't know if you want to like write down, who have you helped? What are your
mm,
expertise? You don't need to
mm.
be 10 years ahead. You only need to be a few years ahead of the person you help.
That's true.
Right?
That is true.
And then we look at your values. What are
Mm,
the values? What are your non-negotiables? What are
mm,
your beliefs? What are the things you stand for? So just like
mm.
when you were talking earlier about being responsible, like what is civility? It's being
Yes.
responsible for others, right? No
Mm,
idle complaining. Like, what are your things that you stand firm in? And that's one of
mm.
mine. Like, no complaining. Listen,
That's right.
I don't want it. I have all of my clients take a questionnaire before we talk to each other because I don't want to. If you're complaining and blaming everybody outside of yourself for why you don't have what you have, we won't. It won't. This won't work.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot
So
of waste of time.
you know what I'm saying? So you've got to stand firm in what you believe, and then go find people who believe what you believe,
Mm,
and you help those
mm,
people.
mm. Wow, I have learned so much. This is powerful, and welcome, Victoria. It's great to have you. Welcome, Tammy from Canada. It's good to have
Canada's in the
you.
house.
Canada is in the house, and we have another Wenger. Listen, I have 3 Wengers this morning. Really? Welcome. Welcome, Sister Udrak from Nigeria. Welcome, Tagbo from Nigeria. It's good to have all of you in the house. We are having a conversation on how you can build that juicy brand of yours. So if you think that you're different from your brand, you're disconnected from your brand, and Sister Ireland says, I have a no negativity zone. That's
Yes.
correct. Bring it on.
Yeah. Bye. Force.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. All those people,
Just
I can't.
there
You can't
you
come in.
go.
You can't come
There
in.
you go. You
Yeah.
just have to do what you have to do. There is no one else who's going to do this for you.
No one else.
And you know, on Saturday, I was speaking to a group of women entrepreneurs, and you know, everyone was trying to sugarcoat things when it comes to purpose and just doing what you have to do. I said, listen, you have to do what you have to do, because if you're not putting in the work, people can see it, they can perceive it, and they're not going to trust you.
Yes. People are good bullshit detectors.
Yes.
We all know. Just like if you only did your show once in a while, talking about how you want to do a show, people be like,
yeah,
she ain't
absolutely.
serious.
Absolutely.
You know, we don't get permission to not show up when we've declared that this is our purpose.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
We just have to keep it going. Yes. Thank you so much, Tammy. There's so much hearts and love, guys. Just bring the love on, bring on the hearts, and so that Monique can come back another time. Because if you're not good to Monique, she's not going to come back. So okay. So this is going to go to my next question for you. Of course, storytelling should be a good form of marketing strategy, because I believe that
100%.
your story activates your tribe.
Absolutely.
You know, there's certain people that can hear it from you, and some people can hear it from me. And so, how is this so important as well in building credibility or a good reputation?
It's everything. It's everything. Your story is like you said, it's the connection piece. Because there's other people who do what you do, but not everyone. When people resonate with your story, they're like, oh, she gets me, because she's been there, right? So the story, I always say, don't build content, tell stories. Right? We're so worried about what we need to say in the right way. It's like, no, write out your story and multiple stories. And when I work with clients, I have them write out their top 4 key stories they can tell in a business setting. So you've got like your story of why, your genesis story, like why did you even start whatever you started? You obviously saw a problem. Something happened. You decided to do something based on something happened, and you decided to help someone based on the something you decided, right? So you want like why you started, so people can really be like, okay, who are you? But then you want stories around like case studies, like people you've helped, like what was their scenario and what did you do to help them? How did what you do provide a service or some benefit to getting them to their next level? Where were they before they started? Where are they now? So case study stories are like perfect because they're real life situations. people don't always love to be talked at and told. And we remember in stories, like our brain, that's how we remember things, in stories.
Yes.
Right? Like we'll remember a TV show or a movie and Denzel came out and think,
Absolutely.
all these things happen. But if you went to a conference and somebody was just telling you what to do, you're like, man, I wrote it down. I have it in my notepad somewhere. But if someone came out and told a story that hit you emotionally, because our emotions are what drive our decisions.
That is
right?
true.
And the stories, if they hit those keys, boop, 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 you're like, okay, you'll never forget it. You will never forget how someone made you feel. Right? And that's just like civility. You'll never forget it.
Yes.
So that is the goal. You want, and in the 5-part video training, I have them go through the emotional words that you want your audience to feel when they interact with your brand. And flush that out, because that's the key. Them hiring you is going to happen, but it's not going to happen if they don't feel any emotional connection to you, like zero. If they're just like, oh, that's really pretty, that's nice, that's cool, you're great, wonderful.
That is so true.
Yeah, so definitely the storytelling is a big piece.
Wow, thank you so much. And we have Billy in the house. Thank you so much, my friend. Rosamond from London, UK. It's good to have you in the house. And the conversation is on how to build your juicy brand. Essie, it's good to have you. Guys, come on in and just let us know where you're joining from. I can see a lot of new people today, but let us know where you're joining us from this morning. Okay, it's so good to have you in the house, and we're coming to the end of this. I'm just going to ask my last question for you, Monique. Is, character is a big piece of what we do. When you talk about civility and entrepreneurship, character building relationships is very important, because of course people are not buying products anymore. They're buying the experience, just like you said, the experience. How did you make them feel? And they also buy the solution as well. Now, my other question for you would be, in terms of social media, which is a big place for us to be able to get our brand out there. I always tell people that even if you don't have so much money, your Facebook account is free, your Instagram is free. Begin from there.
Yes.
Now, how can you get a bit of your story? What can you showcase on your social media while you're trying to build traction and influence and all that? What part of that can you show? Over to you.
I love that you said those are all free tools that are at our disposal, and they're the tools that people are using. So it's perfect that you're over there. So the things that you can share, well, first I say don't share anything on social that you wouldn't want on a billboard, because people wonder, like, how much of my life do I need to share? It's like, if you don't want it on a billboard, don't share it. It's not going anywhere. It's for life. So don't.
Yes.
But definitely, so the different platforms, you share different things. That's the thing too, right? So I spend a lot of time over on Instagram because it's the number one viewed, 500 million people daily.
Wow.
So a lot of the stories are behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, come on the journey. What am I doing? Follow me through, insights, all of that. If whatever your area of expertise, you want to be writing out for yourself, like have a list. Like I have a bank of things that I'm like, these are the things I believe in. So I can, each belief is a topic. Each belief is a topic, and you tie it back to your business at the end. Whatever you're talking about, it always ties back to your business. Otherwise, why are we talking about it? Right? You want to share on social, you working with a client. People, that is social proof that you do what you say you do. Right? So if you go on my Instagram, for instance, under the highlights, it's got VIP day. You can go in the VIP day. You can see me working with a client. The brand shoots, you can see me doing their photo shoot. So people want to see proof that you do what you say you do. So you better have some other people up in there. It can't just be you all the time. Right? Or they're not going to be like, or I could totally make it up. I'd be like, oh yeah, I went to so-and-so. I went to DC and I went to this and I met so-and-so. That doesn't have the same impact as let's go. I'm packing. I'm on my way to the airport. I'm at the airport. I'm on the plane, walking into the
Mm,
room. Here's the person. Here's us.
mm,
Hey, ladies. This is what I learned.
right.
Snapshot of my grab bag. Snapshot of my coach. Oh my
Mm,
gosh, this was so amazing. Now there's a
mm,
recap. Oh, I'm so tired. And I feel so elevated and amazing. Now I'm back on the plane. Now I'm on my way home. Now we're back into our real life. Now here I'm going to implement these things. Like
mm,
that's like 20 stories, 20 posts right
mm,
there. So people
mm,
overthink things and think it needs to be this big, giant, polished thing when that's not it. People just want
mm,
to see the proof you're living the life you say you're living. So give it to them.
right.
Give it to them.
Wow, this is amazing. And guys, like I told you, we have to be right on time because Monique has got her session showing up at 11. That's the Dirty 30. So you can follow
Yeah.
her on Instagram.
Yeah.
Monique Brand, put it in on Instagram. You're going to see her there. And I will share the link for you as well. She's also on Facebook, but she's hardly on Facebook. So you want
Yeah.
to.
I'm not on it as much, but I'm going to fix that. I'm going to fix
Okay. So she's,
is to go where your audience is, right?
yes, yes,
The majority of my
absolutely.
audience is over there. But if you guys want to be my show up on Facebook, I will show up on Facebook.
That's correct. That's right. I agree with you. And welcome, Kate from Canada. It's good to have you in the house. Thank you so much. So, guys, we have come to the end of this, or maybe not the end, but I'm going to let Monique go because I know she has to go and prepare in a couple of minutes. But, Monique, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for having
you.
me. This was
Yeah.
fun.
Thank you for the work that you do. This is amazing. It is impacting lives. I mean, from the very first day that I started listening to you on Instagram, I thought, listen, I want to know who this lady is. I love her brand.
Power of brand.
I connected with the brand totally, and I've never seen any dull moment with Monique. She's always vibrant, and we have people here who have said, sign me up, Monique. Perfect, perfect.
Nice.
So great. Guys, send me an email, Louisa at thecivilityacademy.com. And Monique has some great, listen, I was in a master class a couple of days ago. There is no time to talk about that, but I'm going to let Monique go first of all, and I'm going to continue with you guys.
What I'm going to say is for your audience, so if they want the masterclass that you took, so if you do want to talk about it, I will give them a promo code to get the recording.
Good.
So I'll message it to you so they can have it.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Guys, you want to have that masterclass. Everything that has to do with social media and how you should show up and create and build that influence, that's what you want to listen to. I love it. There's so much great content in there. So many things. I mean, it was just a plug and play for me.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
thank you so much, Louisa. I appreciate you having me and letting me talk to your audience. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you so much. I'm just going to continue and let you go because I know that you have to go do your thing. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Yes, guys. So we've been having this conversation, if you're just joining us, on how to build your juicy brand. Now, keep bringing on your questions. I'm going to pass it on to Monique. I'm happy to do that because she has her session at 11. So I have to be civil and just let her go so that she can come back another time. But of course, we can take the message, the questions from you. And welcome, Ogo. Welcome, Ambassador Juma. It's great to have you here. So bring whatever questions that you might have. What are you struggling with? Are you struggling with how to show up online? Bring it on. Are you struggling with building your brand or your story? Or do you have the story that you've never told anybody before and you're looking for someone to put it together for you? What story is good for what? And welcome. Yes, Michael Doyle, Q Moves. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here. It's so good, Joseph. It's good to have everyone here. Thank you for believing in me. If I didn't shout out your name, it's because you're probably not on my personal page, but I want you to know that I love you so much. So I'm just going to go back to what we have. We've been talking about the book study. I have to apologize. First of all, I've been very busy training the young people because it's the summer. We have a lot of classes for teenagers, and it has been so busy for me the past couple of weeks, and even some programs for women entrepreneurs. And so I am here now, and I'm going to see how we can put in maybe 2 to 3 classes. But guys, first of all, you have to go grab your copy of the book, because if we have to do a book study, then you must have a copy so that we can follow on. So this is my book, The Civilized Leader. For those of you who have grabbed it already, thank you. You can find it right on Amazon. Okay, just type in my name, Louisa Akaiso, and all of the books should show up, and you can grab a copy. And this is the one we're doing the book study on. Now, I have another one, which is the Poetic Civility, but that's not what we're doing the book study on. The book study is on the civilized leader. So you want to be able to grab your copy so that we can get things started. And the book study will really be we'll be having on lunchtime. So that's going to be my lunchtime sessions, the ones we used to have, the one we get dancing and listening to music. Yes, we're going to bring that back again at 12 p.m. So I'll announce that and we'll just get things started. So let me know how many of you want to be part of the book study, and we're just going to get things going. We're always constantly have to be learning, guys. We have to be learning. So that's the only way, because I mean, you cannot give out what you do not have. So we have to keep learning. So I'm going to say thank you again, guys, for joining me here. We have another session on Wednesday because I didn't have enough time to bring in so many people are on the queue trying to come on, on the show. So I'm going to see as much as we can push in. So we have, thank you so much, Monique. Thank you. So Monique has got the link right here for the masterclass. So guys, just click on it. Thank you, Sister Arlene. Click on the link and grab the masterclass. It is amazing. I was on that masterclass and I really loved it. Everything that you need for how to show up on social media. So you want to be part of that. So if you think that you have a great message and that you should be on our show, please send me an email, Louisa at thecivilityacademy.com, and I will be happy to bring you on. First off, we'll have to schedule a chat and just make sure that your message aligns with what we're doing. It's all about civility, leadership, entrepreneurship, and that's what we're doing here. So we have to stick and stay within the box. So thank you. Now, send me an email and let me hear what you're doing. What are you doing for the summer? How many people's lives have you impacted? Have you been able to step out there and just share some nuggets? Now, I received some mails last week. We do have trainings coming up. We have master classes, which of course will be shorter trainings, but we have a lot of certification programs that are coming very soon. And I will be happy to share that with you. And welcome, Imabo Udo. It's good to have you here from Nigeria. So guys, I have to let you go, but I really hate to. But we're going to be doing a lot more. So please forgive me. I've been so busy. But this week, we're going to have 3 sessions this week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We probably might have one on weekends because we have a lot of parenting coaches and youth development coaches who are trying to bring their contents. And of course, I have to bring it because I know that you love what we do. So thank you again for joining me and just having fun with me today. And have yourself a wonderful rest of the week. Bye for now. Thank you. Thank you, Sister.